Hey guys, so I am starting a new world with my mod pack, and well, I got to, I think I got to pretty much test everything in, um, everything immediate in, my first world. I went to check out all the dimensions, which I didn't really videotape me doing any of that. That was pretty much the last episode, last amount of things I wanted to do, and I didn't get a chance, I didn't record it. I don't know how I feel about that, but, it's whatever. I got everything else on camera, so it's fine. Um, I had a little bit of a problem. I was trying to work on um, the dimensions and stuff, and I wanted to change some cosmetic things. Well, I made a little oopsie, and I accidentally deleted my character profile. So everything I had, the previous save, and everything I had on me, like all my items, my backpack, everything, it got deleted. So that's why I'm starting this a little early, but it's alright. In the other world, before I got into this one, I I experimented with deep mob learning. I experimented with matter overdrive, the aether, the hunting dimension, and I think that pretty much sums up the last couple of things I wanted to check out. Now I only want to change two things cosmetically. I want to make my own title screen, like you know how like Glacial Awakening and the Between Lands have their own. I want to do that. And I want to change the Twitch profile picture, which I don't know how to do that. Instead of it being like the normal, boring, you know, um, the blah thing that everyone gets, the default one. I wanna make my own. So that's another thing I want to do. But those are both cosmetic, and I think this is done. Like I think this mod pack is finished. I'm gonna call it Minecraft Only Better. And then, you guys could do like if anyone popular ever does it and tries to make it cool, we can call it like, you know, Mob, M-O-B. I thought it'd be a cool little thing, like, just an idea. If any of you, people that are somehow, internet sensations for acting like morons in Minecraft, play this, you can abbreviate it to Mob and make it sound cool. That'd be cool if that caught on. But, anyways, so instead of going and doing, um, episode like an episode time limit, I'm gonna start doing like I will play. Oh, do you know what I forgot to do before I started this? I wanted to make sure I had the most updated version of Lycanites. Oh, well, I can change that, I guess. That won't. It shouldn't affect anything. So, anyways, what I plan to do is I'm gonna set a goal, in which usually I'm against setting a goal and then going from there. But I'm gonna set a goal. We're gonna achieve said goal, and then as long as nothing comes up. So as long as nothing major happens, then I'm gonna set a goal, and said goal is going to be what we're gonna do. So this episode is episode 1, so it's the most boring. But I'm gonna start by kind of like chopping down trees, doing a little mining, finding a homestead, so to speak, like a place that I can kind of like start building. So I'm thinking like right here would be good. Next to some water. Got the Taiga over there. That's the Taiga. It's Savannah. Savannah. And we got the forest. We got a desert. I like the diversity of biomes nearby. So I think we'll start here. Now, it's not going to be a permanent shelter because, well, I don't really, I never start with a permanent shelter. So, yeah, we're not going to do that. I'm going to get a shovel and an axe, and I know I should probably get a pickaxe, but, shut up, because this is me playing, not you. That's actually what this is. This is going to be me playing my mod pack the whole way through. No I'm not going to do anything at all off camera unless, like, I don't know, I decide to go and do, like, an hour of nothing but tree cutting or an hour of nothing but mining with no, no deviation from that plan. Like, I go and, I'm mining and that's what I'm doing. No, so to cut out a lot of the grindy stuff. And then everything else I do, like building, adventuring, will completely be on camera. But I haven't even decided if I'm going to cut out the mining yet. I mean, I figure I might just go the whole way through this game, kind of like a live stream, but not. I mean, it's pretty much a live stream because I'm not, I can't jump cut or anything. So from login to exit, that's what it'll be. Now, like I said, I'm gonna try to set goals. This episode's gonna be, build a house. Next episode will be like, maybe weapon armor, a mine shaft, or just a mine shaft to bedrock or something, and so on and so forth until we actually have like a good, I don't know the word for it, a good foundation, I guess would be a good way of putting it. So let's start on our little house here. Now I'm just gonna use the crafting table as part of the floor because why not, I guess. I ain't digging out all this sand and I don't feel like moving it, so I'm just gonna make it like the central point, I guess. So I'm gonna go out here. I didn't want to go there. Oh well, it's fine. So we're gonna go 4. Yeah, I guess 4 on each side of the crafting table. Might actually go 5. Keep it so we have a little bit of space. I want to keep it small because, like I said, I don't end up making this like my warehouse or something. It's not gonna be like my house for very long. I promise you that. There's a funny story. So every time with an earshot, my grandmother's saying something to some effect of, something that's gonna, spike some sort of reaction out of me. She was talking to my grandfather, and she's like, what if they wanna, what if they try to get you to sign the house over so they can put you in a home and take care of you? And I'm like, I didn't say it because it's fallen on deaf ears anyway. He does whatever she says, and that's pretty much the end of the situation. But I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, you might as well just sign it over. I mean, as long as you're going to get taken care of, don't worry about me, because once you're gone, I can guarantee, I can almost promise, I'm like 85% sure that they will do everything in their power that I don't get the house. It won't matter if the house falls apart, or someone lights it on fire, or, the mob gets it. They'll, as long as I don't get it. And I guarantee, and I'm 85% sure that's how it'll happen. He could say it and have it in his will that, the house is mine when he goes, but I won't. I guarantee it. I will guarantee it. So I'm pretty much on the idea of, just give the house away, because at least you're taken care of. I mean, no matter what happens in this world, they're gonna get their way, and by them I mean oh crap, it's a midget tree. By them I mean like whoever in general calls the shots. Not like, I'm not really saying like conspiracy theorists. I'm not like saying like the president, but whoever. It's smaller than the president, bigger than you think, kind of an idea. So like, you have the president of the United States. He's supposed to be in charge, some big macho mumbo jumbo. Really, he's just a figurehead. He's just a face to put on the product. But in actuality, you know, you have the president, then you have his delegates, then you have so many people in each state that control each area. So it's kind of like a territorial thing, so to speak. Whoever has the most power and is closest to the action, to the area, controls that area, regardless of, you know, how you think about it. They might have to report to somebody. Somebody might check up on them, but in actuality, there's not much, you know, outside of that. Like, so whoever's, you know, calling the shots is usually a little bit closer to home. It's not some bigwig. I mean, they think they're powerful. They're given power, you know, but in actuality, they're just some guy that, you know, was given too many, I don't know the word for it, but long story short, I'm not liked by those people. Maybe at one point I was, but I'm not liked by them anymore. So, if it is a question of me getting the house, it would be a miracle. I would be extremely surprised. But I don't know. That's a little personal. So, and it's a little that's quite a bit personal for my first episode of my own handmade mod pack. You know, I was thinking to myself, I'm like when I was on this negativity idea, I was thinking to myself, like, you know, I'll make this mod pack. Somebody will change like one thing and claim it to themselves, because you know it's gonna be awesome. But we'll see. I mean, it wouldn't be the first one of my ideas somebody stole. It is a shame, really. You put so much work into something and then somebody else just comes along and says, oh, that's mine. Yeah, right, fool. Like, for example, here's how the world really works for you kids that sit in front of your computer all the time. My grandfather worked for, I want to say 40-some years for a bakery. And then he also worked at a hospital for X amount of years, and then he did some other work along the way. And he is struggling to pay his medical bills. Well, I wouldn't go that far. He's struggling to have proper care. I don't think money is as much of an option as people as they make it out to be. I don't know if my grandfather knows that, but I'll tell you right now, you know, something happens and all of a sudden we need money, my grandmother pulls it out of somewhere. So, I mean, as far as that's concerned, you know, she always seems to find money when she needs it. So, I mean, as far as the point is, my grandfather worked that long. He shouldn't have to worry about, you know, getting taken care of. And then people are like, well, why don't you do it? Well, here's the thing. One, I hate seeing my grandfather's various injuries. Two, if I did that, then there would be no reason for my grandmother to be around. Like, you'd have to be in the situation to understand it. But, I don't like those things. They run up and, oh, he's coming for me too. They run up and hit you, blind you, and then run away. But, anyways, so, my grandmother claims that she controls everything. Like, she claims that I kind of run the show, but yet she controls everything. And she controls the money, and then she acts like, oh, hey, you should start taking care of Pap. And I'm like, if I start taking care of Pap, and I start doing, why is this not working? Like, if I start taking care of Pap, and I start, you know, doing all the grocery shopping and carrying all the food and doing the clothes and doing the dishes, what are you doing here? Like you just, you know, hold on to the money and call the shots and ruin everybody's lives by running your mouth instead of just, you know, and then I do all the work and get literally nothing? I'm a little sick of that. That sounds like my old job. I do the work of 3 people and get paid for half of one. I don't know. Maybe I'm just... Maybe there's something wrong with me. Maybe I'm just deluded or something. What I do know is, I am gonna... Oh man, it's coming. It's coming after me, man. I'm gonna die if I don't find some safety or food. I guess, you know, unfortunately, in the circumstances, the only people I can really talk to is this video camera, because I talk to anybody else, they act like I'm insane, or they act like, you know, they're like, oh yeah, we know what's going on, but screw you, buddy. I'm like, you know what, I don't know what I ever did to you people, but if I ever get my hands on the guy in charge, I think I'm gonna skin him alive and then pull his innards out through his ear. Actually, did you ever see that cool little embalming tool? They get like, it's like a hook on the end, alright? And they heat it up. And this is old, like Egyptian stuff old. And they go and they like scramble your brain with it, and then they pull it all out through your nose. It's an old method. They don't do that kind of stuff anymore, but I always thought, you know, that would be an interesting idea. Unfortunately, irregardless of the situation, and no matter how angry I am, I'm pretty much a pacifist. I mean, I can get pretty mad and I can say I want to hurt somebody, or I can say I'm, you know, angry or whatever, but, or, you know, I wish ill tidings upon somebody, but in retrospect, I'm, you know, it takes quite a bit to get me to want to fight. Regardless how bad somebody deserves it. Okay, we made it back to safety. Until something flies by and, like, drops a creeper on us or something. Why is this not working? I just did this. I just shift-clicked a little bit ago and it worked. I don't know why this ain't working now. Oh, that's gonna tick me off. Oh, well. Yeah, there's a little bit more information about me that you probably didn't care about. It's just a shame. I think about it all the time. I'm like, they say the highest population of people that are homeless are Army veterans. And I'm like, do they choose that life? Because, I'm sorry, we have enough houses that are being torn down, or houses that are being, you know, left to sit and rot, that you could straight up give to one of them and tell them they can live there as long as, you know, they fix the place up, or they can pay the immediate, you know, just the basic utilities of what they use, not what, you know, the borough or government or township charges you. Like, there's a difference between how much money it costs to run a computer and how much they charge you in electricity. Because, and that's a fact. It's like inflation on top of taxes. But what do I know? Oh my gosh, I have an apple. I'm actually out of apples. My vegetarian thing's going good, by the way. If anyone cares, this is day 15 or 16. I don't know. I'll do the math whenever it gets closer. But all I have left in my my backup food stores is, I think, 1 peach. I've been eating potatoes, which means I have to eventually, oh, excuse me, I have to eventually get more food. But on that topic, I have to go on the 25th, or the 15th, 25th, this Friday, 25th, I think, to, some job, or resume building thing my probation officer wants me to go to. And I was like, you know what, I'll go. Why not? I'm like, I mean, if you know anything about my situation or my life, there's no way it's gonna freaking work. I can barely figure out, Okay, I was sitting trying to do an application one day, and I was thinking about all the places I worked from X amount of time from X to X amount of time, and I'm like, that's literally impossible, because I've never worked 2 jobs at the exact same time. Well, I mean, like, 2 jobs, and, like, that overlaps. Like, I usually quit a job to get a job, or I had space between the jobs. So, when I'm doing the math, and I'm trying to figure out, well, I worked at Arby's for X amount of time, I worked at Burger King for X amount of time, I joined the Carnival for X amount of time, I worked at Shopback, and, this, that, and the other place for X amount of time, but I never worked at 2 places at the same time, so why don't these dates add up? And I look back at my old profiles and try to get, the dates I put on there, and it's like something's messed up. And I'm like, how is that possible? Like, that's something, that's something else I'll have to figure out someday. I was really, honestly expecting to walk out that door and get, like, T-boned by, like, 4 zombies. Like, one of those there, lion creatures just jump off my roof and, like, pummel me into the sand. That's honestly what I was thinking. Oh, crap. Do you know what I forgot? I forgot to make another axe. Oh, well. I think I'm going to get on with the pickaxe now to have a semi-shelter. And get some stone tools. I just did that forehead palm thing. Yeah. I just did that forehead palm thing. It was like I'm an idiot. Yeah, come on, dude. Think you're tough? I think... Oh, I scared him. Punched him once in the face, and he was like, you know what, I'm done, man. I'm done. Quit. Coward. I am getting kind of hungry, though. I just made a potato, and I'm all out of ranch dressing, so I just ate it like baked potato with a little bit of butter. That was it. Maybe I'll walk to Dollar General, I don't know. I'm almost out of money. Like, I'm running drastically low on money. And I have no idea when I'm getting more either. That's disappointing, but that's another thing about life. Well, as I was saying something about army people. Yeah, why do we have homeless army people and empty houses at the same time? Does that make any sense to anybody? Like, or is that just weird to me? Like, these are so-called people that, serve our country, that so-called, went through this rigorous training and brutal demoralization to sculpt them into, whatever the military wants them to be. And now they're on the streets? Does that make sense to anybody? Were they not good enough puppy dogs for the government? That now they don't... See, that worked. Like a shift click there. They weren't good enough, lap dogs for the government that they can't even have their own house. I don't know. I don't know. I'm waiting for, like, someone to break in the door, throw, like, a kilo of, like, crack cocaine on the bed and say I was caught smuggling drugs and arrest me forever for saying stuff like this out loud. I swear to God. And I guess it doesn't matter what I say out loud if no one actually hears it. I guess I can't make those back into planks. That's disappointing. Oh well. Okay, so we're gonna work on a mine. I think we're gonna do it right here. If I was smarter, I would have got more wood and made tools before I turned them all into slabs, but I thought I could turn them back. So now I gotta get more wood to turn into sticks, turn into, you know, so on and so forth. Gonna need that at some point. Paper is a hot topic in quite a few of these mod packs. So I decided that this is a little bit like RLCraft, but instead of being afraid to go outside because you might get one shot by a skeleton, you can actually move around and do things. And I mean, you still run risk of dying, but you know, it's a little more skill based rather than you just walk outside and fall over. There are precautions you can take to get better earlier in the game, and you don't have to worry about just, you know, get aimbotted by a skeleton. Not that I'm really complaining. I mean, the beginning of RLCraft was slightly frustrating. Oh man, there he is again. The beginning of RLCraft was slightly frustrating, but it was still pretty fun. Like, it made it more interesting, but at the same time, there is times that, you know, something's made too difficult. You know, unreasonably difficult. And if you're not able to fight against it, then it's no longer a game. It's just, you know, a game entails that you can actually apply a counter strategy. And if, you know, if you can't apply a counter strategy to getting headshot by a skeleton, it's not really a game. So, I mean, and to be completely honest, there were parts of that, there were parts of RLCraft that I literally died while I had like one shot to the face when I had full diamond armor. So I mean, there's really nothing you can do about it. That's like, oh man. See, I still haven't said that these guys have a 25% chance of blowing up and a 75% chance of being confetti. And I did that because I don't care who you are playing Minecraft, having a creeper blow up all your work that you just did is a pain. So I figured, you know, find a nice little way to minimize that. Guess we'll throw a log there. Alright, now we're talking. Alright, so let's, we need tools, so let's turn all these into planks, because we ain't doing anything with logs. Let's do this, and this. So we'll grab us a pickaxe, we'll grab a shovel, and we'll work our way down to get enough stones so we can start working on torches. What are you? It's the Golden Maca Idol. What's up, dog? You're my new pet. I'm gonna call you Bartholomew. I thought he disappeared. Like, no, Bartholomew, why? Actually, I wonder where he came from. I should kill him, but the golden ones have, like, a lot more health. He doesn't fight back, but we'll keep him there. He's not hurting nobody. And the reason I'm going so high with this is because the sand will fall down into my staircase if I don't just take it out now. So, until I get to a point where the sandstone's about equivalent height as the sand, like, probably after this one, I might as well just take out all the sand while I can. Plus, I'm going to need tons of sand for grout, and, it's starting to get dark. But I'm going to need tons of sand for grout and glass, so it's not really necessarily a bad thing by removing it now. Or stocking up on it now. Can you mine coal with a wooden pickaxe? I kind of think so. I need to get a furnace. Furnace and stone tools. The ore generation's working. That's lead, I think. Oh, no. Okay, we're good. I think that's lead. Oh, and I can do it with a wooden pickaxe? Yay! What are you? Is it lead? It is lead. Haha. In the other world, the ore generation wasn't working yet because the chunks weren't new. You had to reload. You have to get the new chunks to be up. I knew that was gonna happen. Oh man, there's two of them too. I can't do anything. They give you the weighted effect, so you can't jump. So once you're in a hole with these guys, you're stuck with them. But at least they ain't fighting back. But this guy's really tough. He'll have a lot more armor or health. Now, in my last test world, I was gathering up gold, and I spawned one of these guys in, and I thought it was like invincible because it just kept fighting and fighting and fighting. Turned out it was a boss, and it dropped a little spawn token. And I got like this cool like saber-toothed tiger mixed with a velociraptor. Crap! I'm running out of tools. Die. Jeez. Alright, well, that should give us enough stuff to start out. I'm really surprised we beat both those guys, but in retrospect, they weren't really fighting back. Okay, so let's make torches to start with. That's another thing about this mod pack. There's none of that crap of, you know, having to light torches or worry about your hunger and water or run speed and temperature, which, yeah, like, once again, made the game, you know, different, but I am trying to keep this very Minecraft-esque. Minecrafty. So, there is a method to my madness. Like, I don't know. I don't want it to make it sound like I'm complaining, but I think we did, like, the same thing, but we took it in different directions. Like, he was focusing on difficulty, and I'm focusing on diversity. More RPG, I guess. RPG? Yeah, MMORPG. I was thinking, like, rocket-propelled grenade. No, that's not right. But, yeah, RPG, role-playing game. Like, yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Man. Let's see. So, we got 8 torches, 4 coal, we got some iron, and we got some gold. I do, however, extremely like his leveling system, and I was thinking about implementing that, and I'm still considering implementing that. But I figure for now, we'll see how it goes without it. Yeah. Actually, we'll just do all this, because I'll get more coal. There's more down there. I'm gonna smelt up this 5 glass and this lead ore, and then I think I'm probably gonna go and call it the end of the episode. We got the house, which was the goal, and then I think I'm probably just gonna mine the bedrock off camera. No, you know what? I don't want to do that. I don't want to do anything off camera. We're just gonna do it all on camera. Until I start having actual issues, I'll do everything on camera. And if I have to, like, I don't know, like when it comes time to have to grind out, you know, 4 stacks of clay and 4 stacks of gravel and 4 stacks of sand to make my furnace, my smeltery, that might be something I'd do off camera. I don't know how I want to work this. I really don't know how. I'm making this up as I go, guys, if you haven't noticed. So let's put some of this away. that'll do. That will do. Let's make some sticks. And let's upgrade a little bit here. I want to make... Might as well make a stone shovel. I should make a stone sword, but in retrospect, I'm going to be fighting those Geonok guys, and pickaxes actually do more damage to them. So, I can just rock the pickaxe. I mean, I'm not going outside when it's nighttime. I'm scared. At least for now. When I work on the smeltery and start working on some armor, then we'll be talking. I was actually thinking about going to the Aether early and getting the armor they have. Because the Aether is actually, like, I wasn't sure what to expect, because I'd never been to the Aether and I didn't really watch much on it. And I was looking into it, and you can, like, there's special armor for the Aether. There's special weapons for the Aether, like, there's weapons that, the weapons there only affect, well, they don't only affect the creatures there, but they affect, the weapons from the overworld don't affect the creatures there. Like, okay, so my cactus sword was doing spiky damage, but it wasn't doing actual weapon damage. So, like, the effect, like how my arrows have the steel has sharp, it did the bleed effect, and that took damage off, but the actual impact from the arrow did no damage. So, that's something that is a little concerning. But they have their own everything. Like, you can make your own armor. Let me look at it real quick, and then we'll end this up. Aether. So, alright, so they have things like, I made all of the machines, I made most of the machines, and I tested them, and they all work, but there's nothing really spectacular. I mean, you have to make an incubator to get your own Moa, the giant flying bird, and the giant flying bird isn't much compared to the Lycanite mobs. You only get a 20-second flight time, but they are kind of cool. Like, and they're a little bit slower than the Lycanite mobs, but I mean, I got one for the sake of having one. I don't know what to do with the Ice Stone Kohler. I'll have to look that up at some point. But let's focus. Armor. Okay, so here. Arcanium Chestplate. It does +2 slash defense, +1 impact defense, +2 armor toughness, and +8 armor. So it gives you, like, special buffs. And that's kind of cool and all, but the material is a little bit on the rare side. It was kind of hard to get a decent amount of this, and I didn't find any gravite. Like, I mined a good bit in the Aether, and I found everything but the gravitite. So I'm assuming gravitite is the best. It doesn't look like it. It looks like the other stuff's better. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But what does it take to make the... Here's the armor I was looking at. I just got a Gorgon. That's it. Oh, Gorgomite. Alright. I thought it was a Gorgon. I was like, isn't that like the Medusa? I was scared. But, alright. So this is probably the armor I might go get. But let's check, what does it take to make the altar? I think it's like 3 smooth stones, some iron, and something else. We might do this early and stock up on Aether stuff. What are you? Wild card. Deprecated. Will be removed. I don't know what deprecated means. It's an interesting word. Okay, here it is. Okay, so 4 iron and 4 smooth stones. So we're already halfway there. So we might make the Aether portal and start our game in the Aether. That might be really kind of cool. Maybe that'll be... Okay, so mine the bedrock and get to the Aether. Oh, that's the Gorgomite. Alright, I kind of thought it was those big sandworms. What are you looking at, dude? Get away from my house. What is he like, I'm glad he's not like a termite. Like, eat through the... Speaking of termites. Alright, so there's a Lucky Block mod pack that if you build a house, there's like termites that'll literally eat the wooden blocks. It's horrifying. But alright, I'm not really doing anything but talking your ear off about stupid crap that no one really cares about. So, we're gonna end it here. We might come back right after with the continue up on this. But 40 minutes for an episode's pretty good. Like I said, I'm not doing a time, I'm setting goals. Build a house, check. Got furnaces. I think getting a bed and mining to bedrock will be next episode. Will be the goals for next episode. So, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.